Hello, here we are, book number 3. Um, this book kind of just developed on vibes. I mean, they all do to a certain extent, but this one was like I had the fabric for the cover, and I was just like, where do I go from here? Because I don't want to cover up too much of the fabric because then you can't really tell what it is. It's all these beautiful bones, illustrations of bones and things. So all that to say, this is the cover, and this is why I made the choices I did for the cover. So the book itself is held together with a pen holder, and I will keep the pen with the book. It's a lovely, like, gunmetal kind of gel pen. Is it gunmetal? No, it's actually a black one. It's a black gel pen. So, and the pen holder holds the book together. And then we have this bit of ephemera that kind of is held onto the cover of the book to kind of draw all these, what do you call it? Muslin. It's a very soft muslin. It's all about texture and physical texture and visual texture. That's the main things that I kind of operate with when I'm designing these. So here we have all of these beautiful little muslin things. And this is just a little bit of ephemera I made that kind of sits on top of the book and is held in place because I didn't want to cover this up. You've got like these little cat skulls, you've got goatee things, fish, there's human bones, there's bird skull. I just really like this fabric a lot. So I didn't want to cover it up. Again, I tried different things and it just, none of it looked right. So that's very similar to the first book that I made with this set. And they both have similar closures as well, but for different reasons. Like the first one was a purely practical reason in that it was an art. The concept around the book was to make it an artist's book. This one, I just really like the simplicity. So in this book, I've played a lot between, as I say, visual texture. So there's lots of shiny, but also lots of matte and lots of physical texture as well, which you can see is first kind of demonstrated here. There's like a tassel here, which can come off with some hematite and a bird's claw charm, which I thought tied in really well with the bones. And here, if you look at like the spine of the book, look at all that shininess. It's not easy to really show you the full. There's like these gems shining down and hanging down, and it just seems like it doesn't belong in the butterfly wing. It doesn't belong, but it so does. It just so does. And there's lots of moons in this book as well. So it's bones and moons and body parts of critters. So, yes, before I open the book, I should probably show you this bit of ephemera. It's got a pocket on the front with a little tag in it. And this kind of opens in a unique way. So it's got this bit of muslin with 2 knots in the end, so it doesn't actually come out. It just kind of flips out of the way. So the closure flips out of the way, and then you can use the book. It's just got some lined paper and some blank paper inside. And then when you're done, you just basically can pull it shut with this poorly illustrated on camera, but yeah. And to be honest, you don't even need to, it's got such a tight fitting that you don't need to tie it, but I do, because they can just hang down, or you can make it into a little bow. So that's just a bit of ephemera that goes with the book. And as you can see, we've got the matte, we've got the shiny, and the shiny from the what do you call these? They're not brads, they're eyelets, shiny eyelets. So let's take you into the cover, the front cover, the inside cover. Now this is, it just, like, visually it just makes me really happy. I know it doesn't look very exciting. We've got the fabric carried from the front. We've got this beautiful lumpy bumpy. Now I'd had the ferns in the other book as well. This one I've actually put in upside down, so you've got like the negative of the ferns, but on matte black card, it just looks, and I know it looks really shiny in this video, but it looks really nice in person. We've got these very shiny, beautiful glass bottles. They have plastic stoppers, but the stoppers are matte black, which I thought were brilliant. And they're all held in by their sewn-in elastics. Again, like if someone didn't like these or wanted to replace them, you can put whatever you like in there. But yeah, and they're all different sizes, and they glitter, and they can be filled with, whatever inspires you. Herbs, seeds, soil from places you've been. There's so much potential there, and they seal up really, really solid. Those stoppers are quite difficult to get in and out. And here I've got a box, and it's matte. The background here is matte as well, which really shows up the shiny, and this box is actually sewn into the cover. It's completely solid. And what's inside the box is another tinier bottle, so that's a little guy. I got all the sizes because of course I did. And here we have some more of those scrolls. So these are just little scrolls of paper. I replaced the gold rings with silver ones so that it tied in with this book, because this book is very, very silver. We've got our touch of divination with a little yes/no coin that lives in the box as well. You can see it's literally stitched in. You can see the stitches. And what else have we got in this box? Now this I've wrapped in a bit of muslin just because I didn't want it knocking against all the metal, but it is a beautiful moon. As I said, moons feature heavily in this book as well. It's very bones and moons and undergrowth. Undergrowth is definitely a theme here, at least in my mind. And it's a worry stone, another quartz worry stone, but this one, instead of being a little heart, is actually quite a large moon. So that's my nod to quartz, my nod to mental health, my nod to anxiety, perpetual anxiety. And then it lives in here with all these other little bits. And they do fit in quite nicely, but trying to get them back in on camera probably isn't going to be my strong suit. And the lid just slides back on. Again. Doop. And that is a very snug fit, so that won't come undone without you undoing it. Here we've got an eyelet I put here to strengthen the join, where it's got this lovely dangle, shiny dangle, which has the butterfly wing, another moon, and a leaf. And in here I just have in the first page, I didn't put much in here because it's quite thick at the back, so I didn't want to chunk it out too much, but there's a bookmark which carries the fabric through, which can be used in this and obviously wherever it's and it makes a nice little tuft out the top as well. So there's a bookmark there. Then we take you through the pages. As with all the books, we've got all the different textures, all the different kinds of paper. We've got cotton paper, we've got papery paper, we've got tracing paper, translucent, crinkly. All the pages have been torn on the edges, they have been dyed. A phenomenal amount of time goes into making these and getting them just right, but not over decorated, because I just kind of want to prep them for the potential, for someone else to see the potential in them, really. Another one of these seed packets, which again, planting seeds, potential. It all ties in, can mean many things. Suits the book. There's a couple bits of ephemera here. They're literally just envelopes and a scrappy bit of paper, just switching it up. You can see here I've put metal corners, just elements of shiny on some more matte black that's just kind of in the middle of the pages. Then we get to its sister because the middle of the book is here, so now everything is going to duplicate in reverse. We've got a couple of envelopes here. This book really doesn't have a lot in the way of pockets, so that's why things are kind of paper clipped in with silver. So we've got the shiny silver on the flat matte black and some shiny elements, and here's the other metal corners and more pages. Beautiful brown, and here's a couple bits of ephemera. I think this is just a little card. Yeah, he's just a little card with a shiny. So you've got the matte black, we've got the textured paper, the shiny, and more seed packet, and that's just there to kind of break up the space and to inspire. And this is caught. So this little thing here, this is something I include in all my books. Well, now. The last batch of books I did had something similar as well. It's just, I mean, if I buy something from an artist, especially a local artist, I like to find them on social media. So I've just put this into the books for whoever ends up with the book to be able to find me should they want to. Because it's something I like to do. So at the back of the book, we've got the repeated fern matte black paper. There's a clip here that's holding some things in. As you can see, there's another moon, very shiny. This is that beautiful soft muslin, which is stitched in and is just a little flap hiding this, which is just another bit of ephemera with shiny corners, shiny little bees, and a bat paper clip, because of course. And this is another little sketchbook. I've been really enjoying just putting like a plain little sketchbook in these, because it's just something that I would really connect with personally, and I don't know what these books are if not personal. They are very personal. An enormous amount of emotional energy and time goes into making them, so I can't only think about what other people might like. I think about, I make books that I would want to have. And this is not going well. There we go. So that's a bit of the book clips in, but there's also pockets here. And this is just a little writing space thing. And here is a little envelope with some lined paper and just, you know, lots of colors, lots of textures, there's a lot going on visually, but there's also a lot going on sensation-wise, texturally. And when I put this down, I like to clip a little bit of the muslin in with the book if I can, because there it is, because it will try and go this way a little bit, so that just keeps it straight. Not essential, but something I like to do. So yeah, that's this book. Of course, when you close it up, you do have to make sure that the dangles be dangling in the right direction. But yeah, it's a journey, isn't it? And it's got its own pen that comes with it. So yeah, that's the last of the 3 books that I've made in this batch, and I'm glad it's over, and now I can sit back and be proud of them instead of just annoyed by all of the ideas just layering themselves in my brain and having to write things down before I forget, because ADHD be doing that. But yeah, they're ready for homes. So that's all for this video, and I will see you later.